have your full set list for limited pack stamp edition. Now make sure you guys smash the everything crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Now, this is a specialty made product for Japan. And basically what's going to be happening is their satellite shops, which are basically the specialty shops of Japan, you know, where they specialize in the ability to create products. Konami's learned that, hey, we can create these special products to market to them, to the community. And, you know, the community can be quite happy about getting the chance to get these. And I want to be very clear to you before we see this full set that the TCG is, it'd be lovely to get this stuff in a specialty pack over here. I would love to be able just to pre-order this and just see where it goes. But there's a lot of hiccups with this sort of thing because, you know, people are going to complain about the reprints and they're going to go, oh my gosh, you know, these are terrible. That's fine. You're allowed to have that take, but I love what we're attempting to do here. So first up here, we have a lot of classics on this first image. You have the mighty Dark Magician getting, I actually don't know what a lot of these say. There hasn't been much of a translation rolling out for these. But the Dark Magician, obviously most of these end up having the background stripped from them, which is a little bit disappointing in context for things. But I'm quite okay with that. Dark Magician Girl just responding okay with a heart is absolutely amazing. Blue Eyes White Dragon. Classic art with 2 letters for its saying is fine. We get the Red Eyes. With no background either, which I guess is kind of crazy to see that Blue Eyes has a background, but this doesn't. Skull Servant does also have a background, which is kind of interesting. And Neos making his way in here. Not a super big fan of the Neos, but okay. Next up here, Max C. Interesting choice, Konami. I also love the cockroach eyes lighting up above the words. That is beautiful. Tour guide reprint. I know a lot of people are probably going to be splendidly happy to get this. We are seeing that Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring is in here. I love the fact that Ash got an alt art. This is the kind of stuff that actually gets the community really excited, actually, because I think having this be available as an alt is amazing. Ghost Bell also giving off the aura is amazing. Same thing with Ray. And we also get the devastating space crater that is Nibiru. Once again, I mean, you're really pulling that together by using the full art stamped version, which I think is fine, all things considered. Ooh, we actually, oh my gosh, Laundry is in here. Laundry is literally the biggest meme ever out of Japan. They love the living crap out of that card. So to see that, you know, they're clutching on to that, I think is nice. Moonlit Chill getting a showing in here is also great. Eldritch, the Golden Lord, the close-up of the throne art is actually amazing. I personally love that. Spriggan's Kit is in here too. That's also very interesting for some future decisions. Labyrinth being in here is also no surprise. And it also looks like we are getting an Stellar. It's really cool to see that Konami's actually embracing, you know, meme culture here. And we're actually getting the chance to see some of this, this cool stuff kind of come together. Now, we've also got Trishula. Why does he just say yes? Okay. I'm actually all about that. I mean, I guess that is a pretty appropriate response when you're getting Trishula, just yes. We also have Jam Dragon Drive here on a close-up, which was actually a little bit unexpected. We also have the almighty Zeus himself. It also appears Trap Trick Sarah is going to be getting one. Actually, really, really nice that they're zooming in on this. I think that's a clear win. Also, you're getting an IP. I love this IP. The zoom in is actually really, really nice. I mean, we all enjoyed the bike, but you know what you're there for. And then, of course, we have Cross Sheep rocking back and forth in his little rocker. That one I actually think might be one of my favorites down here. Just entertainment and things like that. Promethean Princess is a shock, actually. I didn't expect to see her in this set, but okay. Monster Reborn with a very simple text. Obviously, you're still bringing in the actual art itself to build in. These five, Swords is okay. The Raigeki's good because you kind of get like the more ominous, destructive feel that this has. And then you also take a look at Scapegoat down here. Scapegoat actually is kind of adorable. I really actually kind of appreciate how easy that this is to work with. I also see Mystical Space Typhoon coming along down here. Just a very simple copy and paste, but that's fine. Once again, the copy and paste ones are acceptable. It's, where you're seeing the differences between the original arts and the new that it shines. Ooh, Rhoda. Okay, I'm kind of surprised to see that Rhoda came along in here as a set, but sure. Pot of Avarice is kind of ominous, actually. The text indicator for this feels a little bit evil, actually. Forbidden Chalice actually is pretty clean for the card. I gotta give them that. I kind of like that. Fossil Dig is kind of interesting. The Call by the Grave is also very, very simple, but I think the clear winner here is cross out Designator with the text no. I love everything about this. That is such a W feel for the card. If there's a card that we could transition over, please give me this cross out that says no, so I can feel like an absolute madman when I slam it down. We've also got, we got adventure support in here. I didn't expect to see that, but I suppose that's acceptable. Good old Faithful Adventure. Honestly, that art goes really, really hard, actually. I like that a lot. Also do get to see the purely support, which is fine. It looks like we also have the End of a Journey with the Ecclesia and Albaz, which is really, really nice. It also appears that Stundupu Centurion is going to be in here as a field spell. Sure. Magic Cylinder. I really wish this did a little bit more than what we were working with, but okay. And then, of course, the Obliteration Man himself, Solemn Judgment, is getting it. I love that, actually. That's a pretty clear indicator of what's to come. Ooh, compulsory evacuation devices. Sick, man. Holy crap. That art actually is one of the best. I would single-handedly love to get my hands on that compulsory evacuation device. Solemn Warning is also in here. I'm not really surprised to see, how clear that the solemn inclusion is in this set. I think that's really good. I also got one of the Menkanko trap cards. Menkanko is a fan favorite in Japan. They love this deck. Every single time, you're probably wondering, why this is it. It's just because their meta makes the choices to play this, and it perfectly makes sense. And then the 3 Egyptian gods are in here. Slifer, Obelisk, and even the Winged Dragon of Ra. I like the Obelisk a lot. I love that zoom in. Like, this actually feels like an appropriate Egyptian god for like once in his life, and I greatly appreciate this. Overall, for this product, it is a specialty and made order product. It does not affect anything whatsoever. Stores aren't being forced to pick this up. I think we've got a lot to think about with this, but a style of product like this is actually wonderful. I love everything that we've got going on with this, and I think that's amazing. So what do you guys think? Please, comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here in the day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.